When it comes to dampening your drums, most of the decision is going to come down to whether you want to use Moon Gel or something like True Tone. So these both have things going for them that the other one might be missing. Now, Moon Gel is going to be the staple. This is like the go-to. If you are a drummer, you know all about Moon Gel. It's a little bit more sticky than the True Tones is, but essentially you get these little rectangle pieces. You can lay them on your drum head and it will dampen the sound. So you're not getting as much ringing, particularly from some of the hardware on these drums. You can tear these into little pieces if you want to, but the big downside of the Moon Gel is just honestly keeping up with it because they come in these black cases. You typically will lose this at some point. I do like the presentation that True Tones has. So these come in a nicer little, I guess, see-through material here. They are a little bit thicker than the Moon Gel and they're not as sticky. So you do have to be careful with these because they will go flying off on you if you happen to strike them with your drumsticks. I've had these things for years and years and years, and depending on the situation of what I need, I can either reach for the True Tones or the Moon Gel or a little bit of both. Best of both worlds would be if the Moon Gel came in a case like this. I'd very much prefer it because then I can keep track of everything I've got. But when it comes to quality, I do think the stickiness of the Moon Gel will win out in the long run. But like I said, you do need to keep track of this because it will go running off on you. If this stuff flies off, it's kind of harder to find Moon Gel, particularly if you're tearing it into smaller pieces. So I hope that's kind of giving you something to think about as you're deciding on how to dampen your drums. Moon Gel all day long. This is the staple. This is the one that everyone is most familiar with. But if you're looking for something new, something a little bit different, or maybe even the case itself, you can check out True Tones.